Don't call me motherfucking trying to talk to me, find out some shit, talk about some gossip. Don't call me with no bad news. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't calling me to uplift me, if you ain't calling me to I'm not 911, I'm not in the mood. Don't call me unless there's some love on the other end of the phone. Matter of fact, I'm working. I don't want nobody to call me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do them.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Oh my goodness, hello! Hi, we just completed our episode 20 of the podcast. Episode 20, it was fun, it was helpful, it was very healing, and I think you're going to enjoy this episode, and it is my hope that it will be empowering for you. It is my hope that as you go through this episode, that you relax you refresh your mind, relax your body, and renew your vision. Do it for self-empowerment, self-love. Remember, if you're not good to you, right? If you are not good to you, then how can you be good for anyone? You first have to show up for yourself so that you can be well and so that you can show up for other people. So today we got some cool gadgets and you'll see them as I unbox them. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me. It's been such a pleasure being with you. And oh my gosh, this is episode 20. Big 2-0. It's been my pleasure, and I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and it is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are here. Okay. Oh, wow. Refresh, relax, renew, episode 20. Can you believe it? We're at episode 20. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Amazingly wonderful. Yes. Welcome to another episode of Refresh, Relax, Renew. Refresh, relax, renew. Where we unplug from the noise, reconnect with purpose, and reignite our power. I'm your host, I'm Coach Raquel, and today's episode is packed with real talk, real tools, and real transformation. So let's jump in. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. Let's get into it. So let me just give you a snapshot of what is coming up in our show today. So hold on here. Yes. So let me just tell you a little bit about what's coming up today. So allegedly, DNA testing is just science. A simple swab of the cheek, a data point in a petri dish. But when the results drop, the truth don't just echo in the lab, it shakes kitchens, courtrooms, cribs, and trust. We dive into how data can both heal and harm. It's a tool, and like all tools, it depends on who's holding it. what they're building or what they're breaking. Yes. Next, we unpack B. Simone's recent experience, followed to her car by male vloggers. Fame doesn't forfeit dignity. Attention doesn't grant permission. And the road from a story in your feed to trauma in your mind is shorter than we think. Then we address the fire. A woman's right to desire, to say yes without being shamed. From Cassie's case to OnlyFans creators sharing bold fantasies, the truth is clear. Consensual sex is not a crime, and women's pleasure is not a sin. Yeah. And in our segment Unbox with Me, today's lineup, it's giving survivalist chic meets orchard, luxury meets holiday prep queen. Yes, and then of course in our Free Money Wednesdays segment, from the Fearless Strivers grant to the Cartier Women's Initiative, from the Black Ambition Prize to daily 1,000K a month. To daily $1,000 seed grants from the Pollination Project. We've rounded up the best in business, education, art, activism, wellness, and more. So these are the things, these are what's coming up in our segment in today's episode. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm happy to present this with you. How have you been? How have your days been? How are you doing? How is it going? Talk to me. Tell me. What's happening? Are you having a good time? Are you happy? It is my hope that you're happy now. I hope you're experiencing a lot of joy. Man, I tell you, I've been prioritizing rest. Can I tell you? I'm learning rest and learning to prioritize rest, not just as a part of self-care, but just a part of just being. Yes. So because I struggle sometimes with sleep. Sometimes it's difficult for me to go to sleep, but not because of from an insomnia perspective, even though sometimes that's it. I want to sleep, but I can't. But from the perspective of I just don't want to close my eyes and go. And I'm like, I've been saying to myself, like, what's the excitement? There's no excitement here. So why won't you go to sleep? And believe you me, I'm not doing anything extraordinary. There's nothing entertaining or exciting going on in my life except me just living as myself. That excites me. Being myself excites me. I know that might not make sense, but to be honest with you, being myself excites me. This woman that I'm growing to know and be her and be inhabited in her body. Like, I'm like, girl, I'm so happy to be me. I'm so happy to be this girl, this woman. I'm so happy to be her. And what do I do mostly? Here it is. I am an ASMR artist, but I also am an ASMR lover. A lot of the times, I'm not even watching movies like I used to when I was younger. Most of the time, really, I'm watching or listening to ASMR. Yeah, when I'm not working, that is, because mostly I'd say 85% of my life I'm working, right? I'm doing what I got to do, and I enjoy what I do. And very, very scarcely do I have to do something that I don't particularly like or want to do. Most times I enjoy what I'm doing, and I put effort and investment in ensuring that I'm not trapped in works that does not fulfill me because I have to earn to take care of myself. I've done a lot of work to avoid that, to build the kind of life that brings me peace. Yes. And it's so funny because even this past month, we're in August now, in July, I walked away from some big paychecks. You know, I turned down some big paychecks. I said no, even to endorsements, because I am very cautious and conscious not to lock myself into any relationship, be it business or not, that is going to cause me to become miserable, you know, to become, to be unhappy. That doesn't, I'm not happy every single day of my life, but I don't want to choose unhappiness. Does that make sense? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I have to do that. So most of the times, what am I doing? I'm watching the rainfall. Oh my God. Listen, can I share this with you? You should give it a try. I've learned so much from watching the rainfall in different countries. It is something to intake, you know. It is something to experience. It's a beautiful experience just to see how the elements, you know, how it fares in other parts of the world. I am aware of what happens in my country when it rains. Yeah, I know what happens, but I hadn't really thought about it. What is it like in other parts of the world? And then I started to watch rainfalls. I love rainfalls. Like, I'll just watch it for hours and hours. The only time I can't watch it is when I'm working, because it can put you to sleep. But it's something that I watch like all the time. And it's so interesting. Like, I think it's in, oh my gosh, is it Indonesia? I don't want to say the wrong country. There's some countries that when the rain falls, the entire roadway is like overtaken. Like, and when the vehicles are driving, there are no complaints or nothing. They drive as though this is the norm. We are used to it. I'm talking about thick water. The only thing is that the roads are not parochial at all. It's just that the water just comes over and just takes over the road. And vehicles of all sizes and shapes, even bikes, motorbikes, bicycles, like when they're riding through the water as though it's a normal day. You know, like they're not worried about anything. This is a normal day. And there's also, oh my gosh, I cannot remember the name of the place, the Himalaya or something like that, I think it's called, where you see people who are out in their fields, and they have their cattle with them, and it's raining, and oh my gosh, it's just one of the most beautiful things to behold. When you see people of different ages, right? Like, you see that someone that looks like a grandmother, and you see adults who look like their parent, their mother, father, and then you see the young ones, like the kids, and they're all out there, the men and the women together, and it's raining, and they're under this tent, and this is for like the oldest person, the lady, she does the cooking, and their cooking is different, but it's just this beautiful, gosh, like, and in some way, it's kind of reminiscent to me of how I grew up. Like, I spent some time, I spent times in different places, but there's a particular place where I spent some time with my uncle, and it was just a beautiful experience. It really, really was. And I'm really thankful for having had that experience. It reminds me of that, you know, like, there's a lot of family, different types of family members. Like, you have the seniors and the middle-aged, and you have the young ones, and you have the kids. That's the kind of environment that I love. And I think, you know, when I think back, to be honest with you, that's when I felt the safest in my life, when I was living with my uncle in Jamaica. I won't say where, but yeah, it was one of the safest that I've ever felt, really. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm just saying, it's really, really beautiful just watching the rain fall, watching how they interact with it. It's not problematic. Yes, they have coats and stuff over their heads or whatever, but they just move through it like it's a regular day. It's no different from the sunshine. It's no different from a regular day. You know what I mean? Like, I just admire that, and I just love to watch it and to see how it's so beautiful. It's really, really, truly is so beautiful. It's something I really, truly enjoy. And what else have I been doing? I've been reading, playing games, board games, and yeah. And also, I've been listening to some interesting podcasters, some new ones, because, you know, I try to listen to the people who Not necessarily that their thoughts align with mine, because some of them I disagree with, but I respect their perspective. Like well, Queen Amadaya Shakar. Yeah, I like her. I don't always agree with her. I didn't agree with her at the beginning of the whole Sean Combs case. She kind of lost me a little bit there, and then I came back and I realized, hold on, she got it together. She eventually was like, hold on, man, what's happening here? But you know what I respect about her process? She was true to herself, and how she felt in the beginning was how she felt. And as she progressed, she was one of those who were able to say, hang on here, man, I think I might be getting it wrong. Let know that I'm getting more information. But I didn't quite like how it started out, but I really like her. Her I like. Because, you know, she always says this peace and what? She's like, peace and blessings. Like I just, and when the thing, she always closed with this where she said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. It's those two things that, for me, that's what I focus on with her, because that just tells me something about her heart. I don't know what it is like. So even if she talks about things in ways I don't like, or she does things I don't like, I always come back to those two things that she says, because those are like her mantra. Those are the things she says all the time. That's where she's consistent. And because nobody's perfect, and I'm not perfect either, and I don't think anybody's going to agree with me all the time. If you are, something's wrong. So I'm just saying. And then there's this other young man I've started watching recently, like and it's actually from Queen Amadaya's program that I saw him. Conversations with Jay. Khan, Conversations with Jay. I just start watching him, and so far, stand-up guy. Yeah, stand-up guy. I like that. I like him. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to, and working on myself. I'm always working on myself. So that's what I've been up to. Now let's go to reading one of these prayers. You know, where is it? I was thinking of something else. All right. I think I'm going to read something else today, but just want to share with you. This is my book, Prayers. You can give it a try. It's on Amazon. Yeah. Okay. Today I'm going to read from this book, Latte for Life. Latte for Life. Yeah. Latte for Life, Inspiration for Women. It's funny because I got this book from the girlfriend of a guy who stole my company. But anyway, I like it, so I'm going to go with it. It's inspired me a lot. So let's find one. Let's see what we want to read. All right. So this one says, wise people treasure knowledge. And this is on page 31. Yeah. Lord, you have all power and authority. You are the highest ruler in the land, in the entire universe. What a privilege it is to come humbly yet boldly before you and ask you to empower me today for all I need to do, for all I need to say. May your favor rest on me. May your blessings, Lord, flow through my life, and may I also be a blessing to others. Wise people treasure knowledge. Proverbs 10:14 NLT version. Now, raspberry truffle latte, and here is the recipe. 6 ounces hot brewed coffee, 2 tablespoons chocolate syrup, 2 tablespoons raspberry syrup, a half cup chocolate ice cream, whipped topping, grated chocolate, fresh raspberries, mix coffee and flavored syrup in mug, spoon ice cream into coffee mixture, add whipped topping, grated chocolate, and fresh raspberry as desired. Yes, there we go. Let me show it to you. That's the recipe. Yeah. All right. So that's what I'm sharing for today. Okay, hold on. There's one more. A latte for life moment. Create some time for daily spiritual renewal. Relax in your favorite chair with a steaming beverage. And I just gave you a recipe for one. Your Bible, a devotional, and a simple treat. Enjoy. All right. Yes. Let's put that back. That was what I wanted to share with you today. And now we're going to go into our ASMR moment. Time for some ASMR. Wow, that was beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that. It was beautiful. Wow.
From Hollywood to your hood, public breakdowns are everywhere. But what if we turn gossip into growth? On Allegedly, we react to the wildest viral stories, celebs spiraling, influencers breaking down, and infamous moments you can't unsee. But we don't just watch, we work. We break it down, do the self-work, and find the breakthrough hiding in their mistakes. New episodes drop every Monday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry, because your healing might just begin with someone else's headline. Allegedly, where the breakdown is the beginning of your breakthrough.
All right. I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me. I'm Coach Raquel. It's now time for our segment, Allegedly. Allegedly. I wish I could sing, but hello. All right. So today, we're going to be talking there are a couple of topics we're going to be talking about, as I told you before. But before we get into the topics, I just want to share with you the copyright disclaimer before we get in. And before that, let me just I have to do this reminder. We are not here to criticize negatively. We are not here to belittle, put down, marginalize, ostracize. That's not what we're here for. We're here to learn. We're here to explore people's stories and experiences and to be inspired by it, to do our own self-work, so that we can achieve breakthroughs in our lives. That is why we're here, and that is why we do this. Yes, it's about empowerment of self. It's about valuing others. It's about understanding that, and as I'm going to go into these topics, right? There's something, you see, travel is an important thing in life. And not just traveling, but traveling outside of our comfort zone and traveling to places and spaces we've never been. So we can experience and become exposed to cultures we've never seen, we've never experienced before, we never learned about. And travel is also something we can do through books, through videos. We have YouTube channels, we have different podcasters. Let's travel in books and podcasts and videos and documentaries. Let's put those the movies and the comedies on hold for a month and just travel in documentaries for a while. I'm a lover of documentaries. I'm a producer of documentaries. I've won multiple awards for my work on documentaries, and it's one of the most empowering things, especially if you don't have the finances to travel, or you have the finances but you may not have the company, or you don't feel safe, or whatever reasons. There are other ways to learn about other people's culture, because when someone opens their mouths to talk about other people's lives, to me, it tells me everything about their life, whether or not their life is limited or expansive. Because when it is people who have limited experiences at life that judge other people's way of living. That's my belief. When you start picking apart, oh my God, you start telling people what they should or shouldn't do, it tells me that you are not very experienced in world. You're not a global citizen. You have not learned other culture. You're only living in your world, and so you believe that your world is it. Your little spot is it. And if they're not living by your little box, in your little spot, then something's wrong with them. Judgment comes from a place of ignorance, in my opinion. It comes from a place of ignorance, because if you are learned and educated and informed, you'll understand and you'll even respect it, that everyone does not see God the way you do. Everyone does not see the world the way you do. Everyone does not live according to your morals. Nobody is here to make you comfortable by living within the context of your morality. You're not a moral elite. You're just another person. It doesn't matter how many persons believe what you believe. Other people outside of that network has the right to believe what they believe, just as you have the right to believe what you believe, right? And that is the reason I believe that we're supposed to have our own little family and our own family systems and networks where we can share our desires and thoughts. Build for you what you desire. But remove yourself out of do not become a stumbling block. Do not become a stumbling block for others who also want to do what they need to do for their lives based on who they are and based on their comfort zone and their comfort level. So as we go through this, we do not go through with judgment. We go through with curiosity, right? And we go through with a genuine desire to learn and to understand and to be open. We don't need to agree. We do not need to agree. We're just here to learn from their experiences and their stories so that we can be inspired to do our self-work and experience breakthrough. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So now let's go to our story. Okay, so the first story we're going to be talking about is DNA testing. Let's pull up the video.
What are your thoughts? Do you think there should be mandatory DNA testing at birth?
Okay, so she has posed the question, should there be DNA testing, mandatory DNA testing at birth? Personally, before I give my personal opinion, I'm going to go and share something with you. But let me say this. Personally, I do think there should be. And for me, should I ever decide one day, should I ever have the fortune to build a family, for absolute certainty, DNA testing is a must for me and my family. I'm not saying it should be for you and your family, but it definitely would have to be for me and my family, because number one, for me, I need to know this is my child I'm going home with. You can't tell me that is my child. I do not know. Yes, I lied there and I, gave birth, but I don't know which child you picked up and put in my arms, and I will not rest on my instinct, my mind, or whatever. That's not enough for me to rest on personally. I need testing because I love the series Switched at Birth. Love it. And I've seen documentaries where that has happened. That has happened, right? Now, I want confidence. I want security in my baby. I would want to know for sure this is my child. I want to take that extra step to know and to confirm this is my child. And also for me, I need to give my husband, my partner, that confidence as well. Because he didn't get to bring the baby in his body. He didn't get to feel the movements and whatever the case may be. So I think the least I can do for him is to let him know, is to give him proof that this is your child, especially if I'm going to be asking him for time and money, for his time and money, for him to invest time and money. And even if I'm having my child adopted by a stepfather, or God forbid, that's not something I would do. Personally, I feel if I'm a single mom, well, I will not be a single mom. That's number one. I will not be a single mom. But if I were married and I had a child, or I was in a co-parenting situation and something happened with that partner, I would not take on a single father with my child. It's just not something I would do. That's for me personally, right? But I believe that, yes, a DNA test should be more of a priority than a birth certificate. That's just how I feel. I need to know this is my baby. I need to be clear. I don't want to find out later. I need to know now that I'm going home with my baby. So DNA testing benefits for me. So here are some of the benefits that I want to share with you. DNA testing. So here are 5 benefits of DNA testing. Number 1, it preventing paternity fraud. And that just means that it reduces unknown misassigned parentage at birth. Number 2, financial fairness. It ensures correct parent bears child support responsibilities. Number 3, genetic health clarity enables accurate hereditary risk assessment. I think that is so important. And then you have child identity rights. It upholds a child's right to know biological origins. And then we have the number 5, social justice. It protects vulnerable low-income individuals from exploitation. Well, it protects everybody from exploitation. So those are the ones. And I think they're very, very important. And I just want to elaborate a little bit more on the supports. It supports equitable social policy and justice. That's number 5. A recent policy review advocates that compulsory DNA testing could uphold justice in low-income settings by reducing exploitation and financial deception. It frames mandatory testing through lenses of Rawls' theory of justice and biological systems theory. To balance public benefit with individual rights, particularly where misattributed paternity is prevalent. And that's from the New Yorker research. I know recently in our news, based on what I saw on a lot of spaces online, including credible news outlets like The Gleaner. Was it The Gleaner? Well, credible news outlets. I'm not sure which of them, but where they were saying, according to the research, that Jamaica might be one of the top countries that misassign fathers to children. What do they call it? The jackets culture. I don't like that word, but yeah, where the wrong fathers are given the wrong child. I don't think that should happen, but I say it's. I cannot understand a man who does not ensure a paternity test. Where's the leadership there? you know, yeah. But I definitely, as a man, would not accept a child without a paternity test. That's just how I feel about it. Okay, so this is we have to consider this though, but it's not all upside, right? There's a downside to making something like this mandatory, right? Mandatory testing also raises serious ethical concerns, including violation of reproductive and sexual privacy, disproportionately affecting mothers by interrogating their conduct without equivalent scrutiny of fathers, privacy, consent, and data security risks stemming from genetic data collection and storage without meaningful safeguards. And then finally, psychological harm, emotional family strife, disruption, or violence triggered by early paternity revelation in contexts of low conflict resolution capacity. So those are some things to think about. Now, while evidence supports clear benefits, especially in mitigating fraud, financial injustice, and health risks, mandatory DNA paternity testing raises major ethical and privacy challenges. Health policy frameworks would need stringent safeguards, informed consent protocols, even for required testing, privacy protections, trauma-informed counseling, and transparent data governance. Before proposing mandatory policy, stakeholders must weigh these benefits against potential harms to autonomy, family stability, and genetic privacy. And here it says how DNA helps with economy. It confirms legal responsibility, avoids fraud, unlocks benefits. I think that is essential. I think that's above everything. And legacy. Ooh, this one. Well, I just said economy was above everything. Well, these three things that I'm listing here, I think these are above everything. So you have economy, of course, like I said before, confirms legal responsibility, avoids fraud, unlocks benefits. I think that step is number one. You have to, before you start requiring of people, they need evidence that they have obligation. That's just how I feel about it. And then you have legacy, clarifies succession, strengthens multi-generational planning, right? I know right now Jay-Z is who's been in the media with regards to an alleged son who is based on my understanding, taking him to court because the child requires a DNA test to confirm he's the father or not. Like, I think on both sides, I think the child should have, imagine being a child in this world and you can't, and you don't even have evidence that who they say you are is who you are. That's something. That's something. Ancestry reconnects lost heritage, improves health literacy, fosters belonging. That is something I suffer from, and it's why I will be doing. I started it with Ancestry.com, but it didn't work out for me. I didn't get the data, so I didn't get the test, so I had to cancel it. But I am now looking into another service because for me personally, I need to know my belonging. Where did I come from? Who am I? I need to know. I need to know. So, that is something that is very important to me. So here's a spoken word feature that I'd like to share with you on the topic. Whew. The test that breaks chains or breaks homes. Allegedly, DNA testing is just science. A simple swab of the cheek, a data point in a petri dish, a match, a mismatch, a paternity myth exposed. But when the results drop, the truth don't just echo in the lab. It shakes kitchens, courtrooms, cribs, and trust. Let's talk about it. DNA was supposed to set us free, unchain the lies, confirm the bloodline, bring peace to the child, clarity to the father, closure to the mother. But here's the twist. When weaponized, DNA becomes less than truth and more about power. Start with the mother. A woman's womb becomes the court. Start with the mother. A woman's womb becomes the courtroom. Her integrity put on trial, not in a court of law, but in the court of assumption. A man says, I want a test. And whether he's right or wrong, the damage is done. She's marked as deceitful, even when she's not, even when the test proves him wrong. Trust doesn't heal just because the results were clean. Then there's the father. He might raise a child with pride for years, only to find out the DNA don't match. He's crushed, not because the child changed, but because his reality did. And worse still, the law might say, too late. You signed the birth certificate. You're still responsible, even if biology says otherwise. That ain't justice, that's heartbreak wrapped in legal ink. And the child, the child is the real casualty in all this. 1 minute, daddy's home. The next minute, he's a stranger. One test can delete bedtime stories, nicknames, traditions, love. Children aren't swabs. They're souls. So yes, DNA can help. Track inherited disease, unlock social benefits, connect ancestral roots, prevent fraud, protect legacy. But, and it's a big but, only when done ethically, with consent, with care, with counseling. Otherwise, it's just surveillance with a smile. It's a scalpel dressed as science. It's generational trauma with a barcode. So what's the truth? DNA is neither savior nor villain. It's a tool. And like all tools, it depends on who's holding it, what they're building, or what they're breaking. Allegedly. Some folks are more invested in the truth than in what the truth might cost. But if we're gonna test, let's also test for honor, compassion, responsibility. Because biology, that's just the start. Real family is in the follow through. Wow. If this stirred something in you, share this segment with someone who needs to hear it and tell us, is DNA testing a tool for healing or harm? What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments below. DNA testing isn't just about identifying a father. It's about fortifying the foundation of the family tree. When used ethically, it becomes a tool for justice, health, financial security, and ancestral pride. So that is my answer to her question. You know, there was recently a case I saw on Judge Judy where this guy took a young lady to court because for a certain period of time in the child's life, he had invested time and money, and then he found out the child wasn't his, and he took her to court and won. And she had to pay him, I think it was $5,000 or something like that. She had to pay him. So, and also there is inheritance, you know what I mean? I'm just going to leave it there. I just think it's really, really important. And certainly for me, because of my approach to family, DNA testing for all my children would be an essential, not just for the father, but also for me, the mother. That's just how I see it. So now let's go to our next story. All right, so be Simone.
Everybody relax. You got me on camera.
Oh, that's you famous. I know. Wait, what she do though? I don't know. Bro, you don't know who that is? Nah, who should she do?
I don't do nothing but spread the gospel.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Jesus is king, goddammit. Jesus is king.
I'm not acting, nigga. Don't never fell off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you the big one, not the little one. The big one, not the little one. Yeah. Who is that?
Simone. She famous.
Oh, that's B Simone?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Bro, shut the nigga, I don't be on my phone like that, nigga. I be to this money, nigga. I don't know who the that is, nigga. Nigga. Now that y'all said it, she be on the same room all the time, nigga. I know now. Oh, bro, writing books and shit, nigga.
He capped out.
I ain't know who the that was.
Wow. Have you ever had the experience as a female driver and you're driving by yourself and having men follow you, like trailing you, and they trail you all the way to your car? I've had it happen to me, and it has shaken me many times. Like, and sometimes it's like, my experience is that sometimes I have to be so whenever a guy like, what do you call that? Catcalling, when they catcall you or when they're showing interest. I suppose it should be a sexy experience, a nice feeling like, I'm attractive, so I'm attractive to him, he's attracted to me. Oh yeah, and there are cases where men do or say things that I feel that way. Like, for example, I remember I was on a podcast once, and I was just commenting. I wasn't on there in person, and I remember one of the guests on the podcast. He said, "That girl," and no, he never said that girl. He said that person, and he said the name of my profile, and he said that person. I'm attracted to her thoughts. I love the thoughts she's sharing, and it felt so sexy to me. I really, really like it. Now, having men catcall me in person is a frightening experience for me, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes I know I can't be my truest self. I can't just respond how I feel to respond. Two, I have to think about my safety and how he might receive my response. So I'm being extra nice, you know. And four, I don't know where it's going to go. And so I've had the case where at night, where I'm living somewhere and where the parking lot is, it's not as well lit as the rest of the store or the place. I had it happen to me once at a movie theater, and as the farther you go away from the theater, from where the movie theater is, the darker it got. So, and as I was going to my car, this person was talking and following me, and I was so scared to the point where I decided, okay, stop and talk to him and see if we can end this conversation before I get to the actual car, so he doesn't have to know which car I drive or whatever. But that did not work. The conversation was just going on and on and on. And then I had to say, I really have to go. I wish you will. And I'm telling you, that man kept walking behind me. And I'm telling you, the thoughts, I was terrified. I was terrified to the point where I went into the car. I was so happy when I got in and locked all the doors. And even then I felt uncomfortable because he saw my license plate, and so I have to be this extra nice, like I don't want to upset him. I don't want to say the wrong thing. And believe you me, I may think I'm being nice. He may not think I'm being nice. You know what I mean? So it's frightening. So what they did to B. Simone there, that's not cool and that's not okay. It's not okay. But I just want to share this. It was not okay. It's not acceptable. And we need to teach our young men and train them. And the young men need mentors. Where are our male leaders to mentor these men? This is not okay. It's not okay. And then you take her straight to her car. Not okay. And it's not okay to start filming someone without their permission. It's just not okay. She was by herself, walking by herself. Right? Look at that. And they're filming. They're even filming her license plate. They're filming her car. They're filming her. That's not cool. That's not okay. That's terrifying. That's not good. And it's a group of them. You could say it's a gang. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying she could be thinking of it that way. I'd be thinking of it that way. I'd be terrified. I've never had a group of them come behind me before. I've only had like single men, like a single person coming at me, and I'm terrified, let alone having a group, multiple persons. Crazy stuff. This is not cool. This is not okay. I'm terrified for her. That's not okay. So who is B. Simone? B. Simone is a comedian, an entrepreneur, and unapologetic queen of manifestation. From viral skits on Instagram to becoming a fan favorite on MTV's Wild and Out, B. Simone turned laughs into legacy. She's the founder of B. Simone Beauty, best-selling author of Baby Girl, Manifest the Life You Want, and co-host of the Know For Sure podcast. With bold energy, faith-filled ambition, and a fearless voice, she built her brand from the ground up, proving that vision, consistency, and a whole lot of confidence do pay off. Allegedly, she's walking out of Target, enjoying a regular day. Then comes the group, a cluster of male bloggers. Cameras rolling, swagger clipped. They spot her and follow to the car, acting like they own the street. No invites, no boundary, just entitlement in motion. What happened next? And there I show you in the video clip what happened exactly. They followed her all the way to the car. That's just harassment. So this video clip surfaced I found it on TikTok, right? Where a group of male streamers spot B. Simone at Target and follow her to the car acting like weirdos. Less than 8 hours old, with 7.6 thousand views at the time of writing this, showing the moment unfold in real time. And I just showed it to you, right? That's not just harassment. It's a violation masked as content. It's a violation masked as content creation. Why does this matter? Fame is not consent. Fame is not consent. If you see me anywhere, do not say hello unless I invite you. Talk to me on my timeline. That's the only place I've given you permission. Because you don't know what mindset I'm going to be in, and I won't know what mindset you're in. Or at least ask, you know what I mean? There she was pointing to them, and I think she actually said in the beginning, like, you're filming me, I didn't ask. Anyway, fame is not consent. Being public doesn't mean disposable. She's not a noun in your viewfinder. She's a human with a right to peace, and I'll add privacy, but privacy is coming next. Number 2, privacy isn't optional. Even in public. What if that was your mother, your daughter, your sister, someone you really, really love, your wife? How would you feel about that? Anyway, even in public, people deserve sovereignty as they move through space. What her car looked like inside, what prayers she sighed in her seat, not your business. Number 3, gendered aggression unapologetically. Do you think male content creators would follow a male influencer to their car? Nah. Yet somehow, when the famous black woman moves, it becomes content. You should have seen some feedback online. Crazy stuff. I have not yet come across a male person who said that was not okay. Maybe I'm just on the wrong timeline. I don't know. Number 4, mental load of the puzzle gaze. Public figures carry emotional toll, surveillance anxiety, second guessing, even safety fears. Even when nothing touches her, the fear already touched her. Number 5, we normalize disrespect because this was disrespectful. Listen to how they carried on. When viral videos of this behavior get reposted, shared, memed, it reinforces that privacy is up for debate and women's comfort is collateral. So what's the takeaway? Fame doesn't forfeit dignity. Fame does not forfeit dignity. Attention doesn't grant permission. And the road from a story in your feed to trauma in her mind is shorter than we think. Allegedly, B. Simone didn't owe them a shot, a laugh, or a presence. They owed her respect. Let's unpack this further. Is being seen the same as being safe? Can viewers demand access under the guise of authenticity? And that is it for that story for tonight. And now we're going to go on to our final story in our allegedly segment for today. Okay, so this next story I'm going to be talking about really come under the headline of Desire in a Crime, the double standard of women who want sex. And this story is the reason I want to talk about this story and the reason it touched me is because as I listen to the conversation around the Sean Combs case, And as I listen to people talk about Cassie, it really, some parts of it makes me sad, some part irks me, some part is unbelievable. I'm just like, guys, stop infantilizing this woman. She's an adult. She's a woman. She can make a choice, and that does not make her a bad person. That does not make her a bad person. That does not make her anything. That does not mean she ought not to be respected. And stop behaving as though the man is the only one who had power in that relationship or had any right. And then I don't understand women, right, who infantilize women and then turn around and say women should be empowered. They should be empowered in their choices too. Cassie made choices. Can we respect this woman's choices? She made choices. Okay, and then the other part of it that really gets me, like I'm sitting questioning myself, like, what is this? Is when they keep saying she's a co-conspirator. She's a co-conspirator. First of all, let me be clear. This is how I feel about the Sean Combs trial, okay? This man should not have been found guilty on any of the charges. That's number one. Number two, what do you mean she's a co-conspirator? Because she chose to have sexual experiences with her boyfriend, and they chose to include persons who they paid to achieve certain sexual targets for her. She is a co-conspirator in her bedroom. She is a co-conspirator in her bedroom. They're co-conspirators in the bed that they chose to have sex in. Make that make sense, people. What does this mean for the rest of us? What we already have no privacy in our homes. We have no privacy. And you mean to tell me that even the way I use my vagina, I no longer have privacy for that? I no longer have industry over that? Unless there is a crime that is so evident, there should be blood, there should be abuse to the extent that it cannot be ignored for my vagina to come up on, to have any crime scene tape around it. People, we've gone too far. Haven't we? Have we not gone too far? She's a co-conspirator. In what? For what? They didn't steal, they didn't kill, they didn't lie, a co-conspirator for sexual activities with the man she was with in a relationship for over 10 years, with people who and these escorts that she had. This was a relationship. Because it was just a compensated relationship, because one of the person they were in that sexual agreement for 8 years. Come on, people. Come on. There should be respect for these people's rights. She's a co-conspirator. Of what? Anyway, I'm going to play some clips and these clips that I'm playing, they are unrelated to the Diddy case, not affiliated with Cassie at all. However, I wanted to play, I'm sharing these clips because I just want to showcase that there are women who choose multiple sex partners, who choose the swinger lifestyle. There are women who choose to enjoy their sexuality. I want to say this, and I think I owe my friend. There's a young lady who I was close to at some point, and I used to be very overprotective of her, and I used to feel that she's addicted to sex. I used to feel that she's addicted to sex. Sometimes we'll be sitting down talking, and she'll leave, and then when she come back, she's like, I had to go masturbate. Like, I just really had to, and come back, and I'd be just like, that's too much information. But girl, we weren't even talking about sex or anything to be with. Well, how did you, and that's how I used to think, like, how did that come to your mind? Because I'm not even thinking about that, right? And I remember I even set her up to talk with a counselor or whatever, because I thought, girl, you're addicted to sex. Because she used to constantly tell me about her sexual experiences, and it even affected me because it made me feel like I really actually thought that my limited experience would make me unattractive to men, right? And anyway, I want to apologize to her because nothing was wrong with her. She was just enjoying her life and her sexuality. And had it not been for religion, I probably would have enjoyed mine because I haven't. I wish I felt free to just have sex, but my mentality is already messed up. So for me, it's very, very difficult, right? But we need to let people live. Please, let people live. Now I want to play this clip first, and then I'm going to play the one that's on the screen. It's just crazy when I hear that they say Cassie was a co-conspirator. Co-conspirator of what exactly? Of choosing the sex life she wanted? What do you mean? All right, let's go. So this is a clip from a young lady. She's saying what no one else will, and she's on TikTok. So this is a credit to TikTok.
I was like, I want to have a train wreck. That's my fantasy. A lot of women.
So what she said was, I want to have a train ran on me. That's my fantasy.
I was like, I want to have a train wreck. That's my fantasy. A lot of women want that. They just won't say it. Then in the comments, all these women were like, every woman doesn't want this. Like, don't believe her, all this stuff. I'm like, I never said every woman wants this. I said, a lot of women want this. And men were actually in the comments like, no, she's right. Like, I've dated a lot of women and they all say, like, this is one of their fantasies.
And you know what's weird though? Because it's like, because I feel you, right? Because you're like, oh, I said this, and like people are in the comments are crazy. But there's like millions and millions and millions and millions of people who subscribe to OnlyFans. There are millions and millions and all types of shit. Yeah, they're like porn. So it's like, why are you acting like what I said? It was just so outlandish.
Why are you watching?
You'll watch it.
And it's like, have you ever been to like a sex club?
Yeah.
Okay. So people that go to sex clubs, they're either like rich CEOs or they have like normal jobs, business owners, whatever the case may be. And then they step out of the sex club and they step back into their role of like teacher, principal, whatever the fuck they do. Everybody is pretending. When they get home and they're in the privacy of their own home, whatever they're doing with whoever they're doing it with, they step out of their home, they're pretending again. The only difference with me is I'm not pretending. This, what you see is what you get. Like, I'm not pretending to be a school teacher, pre-K teacher by day, fucking porn star by night. Like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of people are just pretending. Yeah. And they're in the comments like, I would never do this. And it's like,
Okay. And I'm going to play another clip and then I'm going to share something with you. I just want to say this before I play that clip. You know, ever since the whole Cassie thing, and as I listen, and because to be honest, for me, I've struggled with my sexuality for various reasons, right? Because I've witnessed domestic violence. Like I said, I've had a friend who I felt like she was addicted to sex. I, honestly, God, I couldn't understand. Like, I would literally go to places and take her out, like, get out, we're going, let's go. How did you end up over here? How did you know somebody was over here? You know, whatever. And I think I was being disrespectful to her because she was an adult. She has a right to be with who she wants to be with. All I needed to say to her was I didn't want to hear it, but I didn't know at the time. And I felt like, I genuinely felt like she was addicted to it, you know, so, and stuff like that. And I apologize for that because you had the right to do what you did. For me, I've always just wanted to let myself go, but I never felt like I could do so safely. I never felt like I could do so safely because I also had to think, first of all, I've never been married. And I thought if I could just get married, then maybe I could do that. I could have my mind would have the relaxation to do it, because it's not that anyone is stopping me. My mind and who I am and the principles and the religion in me, it really impacted me. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And I will start engaging with someone, and after a while I know it's just going to cut. Like, it's like something me just cut, just like that. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want to do this kind of thing. Yeah. So I can start out great, you know, being romantic with someone, and it just goes like that. That thing touches me and it's like, boom, I'm out. Right. And I've always wanted to just, man, if I could just just let it all go, be a whole animal at it, you know? It really is something I'd like to do, but the older I get, the worse it gets for me, because I'm like, well, who can I trust to be my complete self with? And ever since the Cassie thing, to be honest with you, I've genuinely been thinking, how come I never thought about it? You pay someone for everything else. Maybe that's an area you should just hire someone to do. And I really do think in myself that if I paid someone to do it, I'd feel safe doing it, because I'm in control of what's happening to me. I paid for it. So I'm not going to wake up expecting that person to love me after, to stay with me, to want me, to desire me, to take care of me, to treat me like I'm somebody. You know what I mean? Because I think one of the worst feelings in the world is, after, for me anyway, is after having sex with someone and it's just so underwhelming the way they treat you or the way they relate to you. You just feel like you're a plastic bag. Please do not think. I don't want you to leave here thinking the men I've known are bad. I've only met lovely men. I really, really, genuinely, honest to God, have only met genuine, really good men, honorable men. Like I said, I'm trying to say, all of what I'm going through is all locked up in my head. It's inside my head. And that's why, for me, I feel advocacy for women's freedom, because we talk about those who may have multiple partners. What about those who don't have any partners? Is that okay? And when I say partners, I don't mean a relationship. I mean people like me who I have too much negativity around sexual experiences, around sex, to the point where I've been celibate most of my life. It's more fear than anything. It's not choice. It's not because I haven't met anybody. It's not because I don't know anybody. That's not it. And then sometimes for me, when I do meet somebody who I would do, like, I feel like, yeah, this person I could, and then it doesn't work out, because again, at the end of the day, the marriage thing is in my head, the relationship thing is in my head. It's so much going on in my head. Let people be. I'm very happy for the women who are able to do it and still wake up and feel good about themselves and not have to go into depression. Let people be, man. Now I'm gonna play this clip just for us to listen to.
I'm Lily Follett, and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
Your moneymaker is OnlyFans.
I started an OnlyFans.
$1 million in a day.
£42,000 in one night.
I'm gonna go get some oysters and champagne.
You have your little ones?
They could cry in a Ferrari.
I'll show you my first month. $13,338. Have I chose the wrong career? But like, I just totally love my job.
I'm filming a video with a girl who's going to be sleeping with 100 guys in one day, and she is picking out her outfit for that day.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
Does she find them on the internet?
Okay, hang on there, right? Let's take a pin right there. Do you notice what she just said? It's an economic, it's a legitimate and it's a legitimate and effective economic stream, right? She is saying that she showed you how much she earned for her first month, and you heard other persons say how much they've earned, right? So if this can, and in my opinion, in the case of Cassie, it afforded her relationship with Sean Combs, afforded her the lifestyle she wanted, and including the sexual experiences she chose to engage in, right? But listen to this. We can't pretend like this isn't a real thing. And like the lady said earlier, you know, the young lady who said she wants a train run on her, just like this young lady said she wanted 100 men to run a train on her, to run through her or something like that. I wouldn't. That's how she terms it, right? To have sex with her. That's their choice. There are women who feel that way because there's a porn industry, right? There's OnlyFans, right? So clearly, why are we behaving as though it is so unusual that it's impossible that Cassie could have chosen this? And look, these are young people.
And then the whole 100 of them get
Listen to this.
to the one at a time on the 19th of October in London.
Oh, and it's on television.
It's going to be on her OnlyFans.
Oh, I see. Okay. She's got to have an early night tonight.
Yes, she does. A lot of electrolytes, a lot of sustenance, a lot of fiber.
Okay, lovely.
Okay. Have a great night. Lovely to meet you.
I get like serotonin, like from
those elderly women, those older women. Do you see how casual they were about it? Casual about it. So she's gonna get some rest then, right? You know, so it's not just young people, because you know some people like, oh, these millennials, these are young people. It's not just them. Listen to how these people did not raise, these older women did not raise an eyebrow. Okay, they were like for the thing. They were just like, you know, they didn't say yes, I'm with it, but they didn't have to. You know what I mean? I know I couldn't do what she's about to do because I am too broken sexually to do that, right? So I know I couldn't do it, but there's a part of me that wish I could. Yeah.
When people are like, oh my God, you're that on the internet. Sounds crazy.
I know, and I know you're saying that to me right here, but I don't believe that.
Really?
No.
I kind of love like ruffling feathers a little bit and people getting a bit like agitated by maybe the fact that I must people think I'm like so sad and stuff like that, but that could not be like further from the truth. I don't think people realise like how happy this makes me.
Last week I did 101 guys. Now this was just the warm up because in February I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
All right, so she did the 100 and now she wants to do the 1,000. Kudos to her. I am not living in her body. I'm not living in her life. That's her life choices. And if this brings her joy and peace, that's her. That's on her. I mean, how often do I use my arms? I wish I grew up in an environment where sex was not so demonized and weaponized. I wish it was treated like my arms and legs. I still would have been a principled person. I still would have, you know, but I feel like I've been broken in that era of my life because of the frightening lessons and the guilt and fear around it, you know, and the control. Let people be. You know, I just want to share this. Desire isn't a crime. The double standard of women who want sex. I want sex. I just don't want any old sex. And I don't want any sex that's going to leave me feeling badly about myself. That's the only reason I'm celibate. I'm not celibate because I'm holy or I'm Christian or no. The only reason I'm celibate is because the next time I have a sexual experience, I want to wake up. I want it to end and it's not an aftermath, but it's an afterglow. Yeah. Allegedly, when a woman chooses sex on her own terms, with her own body, her own timing, her own rhythm, she ain't liberated. She's labeled whore, slut, harlot, industrial pass around. Yet the men she slept with, kings, ballers, untouchable, ick. Let's talk about it. In the recent federal case involving Diddy and Cassie, the headlines shouted allegations, the internet whispered judgments, and even as some escorts confirmed Cassie initiated sexual encounters, somehow Diddy took all the blame and Cassie took all the shame. Because when a woman says yes, not because she was coerced, but because she was curious, because she wanted pleasure, because she liked it, suddenly that yes becomes a scarlet letter. If I recall at one point when they asked Cassie something about the past or whatever, she said she enjoyed the what they had. Anyway, because when a woman says yes, not because she was coerced, but because she was curious, because she wanted pleasure, because she liked it, suddenly that yes becomes a scarlet letter. But here's the gag. Men clearly prefer women with experience. Believe you me, they do. From my experience listening to men clearly prefer women with experience. They just don't want to marry truth. Boom. Let me play. Oh, sorry, I just played it. That clip that I just played, right? The voice of the young lady saying she fantasized about a train being run on her, and then the voice of the OnlyFans woman setting a goal of 100 men, and then she completed that and wanted to go on to the 1,000. Right now, pause. Are you uncomfortable because she's bold, or because she's honest? Because these women aren't new. They're just unashamed. Let's get something straight. A woman's sexual appetite does not negate her worth. She can want orgasms. She can fantasize. She can have multiple partners. She can initiate, lead, invite, and explore without being reduced. Because last I checked, consensual sex isn't a crime. A healthy sexual appetite has benefits. It boosts self-esteem, enhances emotional regulation, strengthens immunity and reduces stress, improves intimacy and communication skills, connects a woman to her body, power, and joy. So why do men glorify conquest but vilify consent? Why are women groomed young, then discarded when they get wise? And the real question is this: why do men sleep with the slut, then marry the virgin? The slut? Why do men sleep with the slut, then marry the virgin, and cheat with the freak while resenting all three? God, I have to read that again. Why do men sleep with the slut, then marry the virgin, and cheat with the freak while resenting all three? Allegedly, the problem isn't Cassie's choices. The problem is a culture that refuses to believe a woman can choose for herself. She can want pleasure. She can want multiple partners. She can even want wild fantasies without your commentary. Let's leave respectability at the door. If men can want it, women can too. So head to mycoachministry.com/podcast and tell me, do we really want women to be free or just quiet? Sex is not sin. #sex is not a sin. You were born for bold moves. Now go turn pressure into purpose and tell them Coach Raquel sent you. Wow, I just want to say, listen, all I'm saying here is, and all I'm advocating for is, people have the right, the God-given right to choose how they spend their lives, their time, and what they do with this body they've been given. You don't have to agree with them, but let's not disrespect them. And you know what? There is a conversation to be had around truth, because we don't like truth. Because the truth of the matter is, things are happening and we're not losing our minds. But as soon as someone speaks the truth, so it's that we're comfortable once it's hidden. We don't want to know. Keep it under the quiet. Do not bring truth to me because it makes me uncomfortable. They say truth hurts. Where? Why? How? The only time truth hurts is to a liar. If you're a truth speaker, then truth shouldn't hurt you. If you're someone living in truth, then truth will not hurt you. Truth only hurts liars. Let's move on to the next segment. Thank you so much for staying with me this far into the program. It's now time for us to go to our unboxing for today. Let's go.
Hey, curious minds, ready to unbox your next big find? Every episode of Unbox Solutions with me dives deep into Amazon gems, smart hacks, and surprising solutions you might not know existed. From combat boots to kitchen gadgets, we unbox them all, up close, unfiltered, and just for you. Tag along as we refresh, relax, and renew your everyday routine, one product at a time. Catch new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry. Hit subscribe, smash that bell, and never miss a reveal.
Thank you so much for staying with me. It's now time for Unbox Solutions with me. And of course, today, as you can see on the screen, we're unboxing. Welcome back to another hands-on, hope you brought your curiosity segment of Unbox Solutions with me, where we test the tools that make life smoother, sharper, and just a little more unexpected. Today's lineup, it's giving survivalist chic meets orchard luxury meets holiday prep queen. Let's get into it. So first up, let's open up. We want to go to our military tactical pen, and you can see it on there. Hang on there. Let me put this. Ooh, here's my package for today. And of course, I've already removed my private information, as you can see. Oh, I forgot my glove. But I've had it here for a while in my home, and I took it out of the other package. So, but still should have worn my gloves. Okay, that's one. Oh, fell out. Two. Ta-da! This is our pen. All right, so this is our pen. Yeah, so let's open it. All right. Aye. All right. See, there we go. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so inside it has 5 of these. Okay, so these are the 5 of these. So this is 4, and it has 1 inside here. Right? And then we have the pen itself. Okay. That's it. All right, so that's a tactical pen. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. I'm falling. Okay, so this is the 3-in-1 fruit cutter. It fell out of the box, so here. Okay, all right, so we have this. And we have this. So you can just take this off. Oops. It's like as a cover. And this is the spoon part. Yeah. And then we have this one. So there are 3. So you have to be careful. This one is very sharp. All right. So there we go. And they all fit into each other for storage purposes. It's not so bad at all. There we go. There it is. And then this is also a part of that same package. All right, so this one is the one for with the Christmas tree. Oh, this is sharp. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. This is very sharp. See that? Very sharp. So this is for the Christmas tree shape. Right? And then this is really sharp. So see? These 3. All right. So these are they. The final thing to unbox is this. Let's use this to cut it. It's not really made for this. It's sharp, so we're using it. Ah. Ooh, okay. Wow, it's bigger than I thought. Okay. All right. So this is the part that, oh, sorry. All right. So now this is the part that you use to pick the fruits. So just open it. All right. You just hook it. It has these hooks. Here's a bag for storage. I love it. Keep it in the bag. It also has another small bag that you can put the fruits into. Right? After you pick them, just put them into that. And this is the hole. Okay, see, I have so many. Okay, and I have to figure out how to put them together, but yeah. So these are the poles that come with it. All right, so that's what we're unboxing for today. Okay, so whether you're prepping for a picnic, defending your space, or getting festive, today's tools brought efficiency, flavor, and flair. All the links to these products are in the description below for this episode. So go click, shop, and unbox a little joy for yourself. And remember, life is full of problems. We just like to unbox the solutions. Stick around. We're not done yet. Let me get the tip for today for you. Okay, so our tip for today's unboxing tip, always record your unboxing before you open anything, all right? Whether it's for proof of condition, warranty claims, or content creation, the first untouched moment is evidence, content, and credibility all in one. One clip can save you hundreds or make you thousands. So you don't have to film it like me, but you can take pictures. Make sure you take pictures. But if you can just pull out your phone and just record what you're unboxing, especially if it's a big item, an expensive item, or something that's very, very important, or something that you may want to later claim warranty on or whatever, just record it. Just capture what you're doing while you're doing it. Don't wait until after you've opened it to do it, because they can say, well, maybe when you were opening it, you broke it. No. Film it while you're unboxing. It's one of the reasons I actually do the vlog, because I wanted to unbox my things so that I have evidence, because I've had to send things back, have things dressed and things like that, and it's been very helpful to me to have it on video. All right, so that's your tip for today. Thank you so much for staying with us for Unbox Solutions with me. Let's now go on to Free Money Wednesdays.
Want to turn ideas into income? Say less. It's Free Money Wednesdays. Every week, we drop the hottest funding alerts, grants, scholarships, startup catch, and hidden gems. Tune in with the Free Money crew as we break down how to apply, win, and level up. From the blog to the tube, we've got you covered. Visit mycoachministry.com/blog or subscribe on YouTube at mycoachministry for the latest drops.
Thank you so much for joining me again and for staying with me. And for being here again for Free Money Wednesdays. Okay, so what are we chopping up today? In our Free Money Wednesday. Welcome to Free Money Wednesday. This is episode 20, of course, and it's loaded with real opportunities. 89 grants you can apply for right now in August 2025. A fresh list just dropped on my website. Let's go there. Go there. Oh. All right, so a fresh list, another powerful edition of Free Money Wednesday, where you don't chase the bag, we catch it, collect it, and multiply it. I'm your host, of course, Coach Raquel, and today we're stepping into episode 20 with something major. So 89 grant opportunities. Yes, you heard that right. 89 funding alerts to elevate your mission, movement, or masterpiece, all put together in one place right now over on mycoachministry.com. But right here, I'm giving you the rundown you didn't know you needed. So let's go. Number 1, for the women, the founders, and dreamers, Fearless Strivers Grant for Black women entrepreneurs. Get up to $20,000 to scale your business and mentorship from MasterCard. Cartier Women's Initiative, global recognition funding, and support for women-led businesses solving social or environmental issues. Tory Burch Fellows Program, 5,000 grant and year-long access to founder training. These aren't just checks. These aren't just checks. They're doors to mentorship, visibility, and new circles. Number 2, for the global change makers. Obama Foundation Global Leaders Program, fully funded leadership training for civic innovators across the globe. UNESCO Young Professionals Program, open for emerging leaders from underrepresented countries in global policy. Global Citizen Fellowship for young people tackling social issues. Tackling social justice in South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and beyond. You're not too small to be global. You just need the right launch pad. Number 3, for educators, coaches, creators, and community organizers. NEA Foundation Learning and Leadership Grants, up to $5,000 for educators pursuing professional growth. Sony Create Action Grant, monthly $50,000 award for nonprofits doing community-based work. The Pollination Project, daily $1,000 seed grant to activists and innovators around the world. If you've been doing the work, this is the financial amen. And number 4, for the thinkers, artists, and innovators. National Endowment for the Artists, NEA, Challenge America, $10,000 grants for small orgs bringing arts to underserved communities. Black Ambition Prize from Pharrell Williams, funding for Black and Latinx founders in tech, design, and creative industries. Adobe Creative Residency Community Fund for creators of all disciplines doing socially conscious work. You don't need a huge platform, just a bold idea and the right application. Number 5, for health, wellness, and healing-focused missions. Wellness for All grant. New fund supporting organizations centered on mental health, community care, and holistic healing. Robert Wood Johnson Foundation grants for public health, food justice, and health equity initiatives. If your work heals, uplifts, and saves, there's free money for that too. Bonus gems. You have Amber Grant for women business owners, monthly awards, plus $25,000 year-end bonus. Patreon Creative Fund for digital creators, building community through content. Resist.org. Mini grants for grassroots justice organizations. Remember, you don't need to apply for all 89, but you do need to apply for at least one, because the bag is not hiding. It's posted with your name on it. Find the full list of 89 opportunities now at mycoachministry.com. Set your reminders, tell your group chat, and get your receipts ready. If you learned something, if you felt something, or if your next move just got funded, share this episode. Please tag at My Coach Ministry, and don't forget to subscribe. All right? Please remember, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and leave a comment. All right? Amazing. We're almost at the end of our program, right? It has been I had a lovely time with you today. Did you have a good time with me today? It is my hope that you did. All right. Oh my goodness. We made it to the end of the episode. that's a wrap on episode 20. How did you feel about it? I hope you felt good. I hope there was some inspiration in it for you. I hope you felt empowered mostly, more than anything. So we unlocked powerful tools, unpacked deep truths, and we unlocked access to financial breakthroughs. So if something stirred your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share, subscribe, leave a comment, like, and let's keep growing together. Okay, so until next time, yeah, refresh your mind, relax your body, renew your vision. All right, let's make refresh, relax, renew a movement for self. Refresh, relax, renew. I'm Coach Raquel. Thank you so much for staying with me. Goodbye. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.